Hey y'all, today on the farm I'm going to be restoring a 1917 Fordson tractor. This tractor belongs to the Fort Gaines Clay County Historical Society. It is typically on display outside their museum in Fort Gaines, Georgia. I went and got it from them maybe a couple months ago to do a restoration for them. I'm not going to make it run. We're just going to make it look pretty. It was really nice and fully restored and painted when it was parked in front of their museum decades ago, and it has gone down from being in the sun and the rain and the weather. So I told them if they purchased the paint, I would spray it. So I got the tractor from them. I'm going to take it down to bare metal and we're going to make it look like brand new again. This tractor is pretty cool. It's a it starts, the engine cranks on gasoline, and then once the block is warm, the operator switches it over to the kerosene tank. So it's a kerosene tractor, but it cranks on gasoline just long enough to get the block and the engine all heated up. Then you switch to kerosene, which actually burns at a cooler temperature. So it has a gas and a kerosene tank. I'm going to put a few things on it, like a exhaust pipe. There's a rubber hose I'm going to replace, put a rubber hose on it. Just a few little things to make it look like it's functional, but I'm not going to be able to make it functional in reality because the spark plug wires are long gone. They're braided fabric wires, and the spark plugs themselves have rusted off in the block. The motor is froze up. You see the fan's turning, but the fan runs on a wide belt. The motor itself is stove up. You can see here the crank. The crank will turn. Oh, there it is. But it's not turning the block. The crank is spinning separate from the block. I have a few of the parts here in my shop that I took off previously and took them down to bare metal. Some of the smaller parts that I'm able to remove easily, took them all down to bare metal and shot primer on them. One of the main reasons also we can't restore it is this is the type of battery it takes. Each spark plug has its own connection to the battery, independent from the other ones. I don't even know where you would begin to get a battery situation such as that. So no need in trying to make it run. We're just going to make it look good for the museum. What I have here is a sandblaster hooked onto my pressure washer. You've probably seen this rig in some of my other videos. I redo or repaint, restore farm machinery semi-regular, at least a piece or two every year. I have, I don't know, half a dozen videos of this sort of thing. Nothing this old. This is the oldest tractor of all of them, but nonetheless, here we go. I have gotten the tractor all stripped down to bare metal now, or basically to bare metal. So now I'm going to start with some primer. I'm just going to rattle can spray some primer, get the metal back protected, and then we'll shoot color. I have her all primed up now. I'm going to start painting the wheels first. I'm going to rattle can the wheels. Yeah, buddy?
I hate your truck. I hate your truck.
My truck?
I hate your truck.
Okay, you hit my truck?
Not bad. I hate your truck. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot.
It's too hot?
Mush.
Okay. Well, y'all, that's going to do it for me and Mercer and the 100-plus-year-old Fordson Model F tractor restoration. I picked this tractor up from the Fort Gaines Historical Society and did this restoration for them. They display this tractor outside their museum in downtown Fort Gaines, Georgia. So I will load this thing back up in the next couple of weeks and get it back up there to them. They're currently building a small barn to house it, so it don't get as much sun and weather on it and fade the paint as quick as it did this previous time. I will probably touch up a little paint once we get it there on site. I'll go over it and fine tune it a little bit. I'm sure it'll get a little grease and dirt on it as we're moving it, so we will get it dialed back in once we get it to back to its home. But if you have an interesting piece of agricultural history that you want restored, feel free to contact me. I can restore it. Now, we didn't do a running restoration. This tractor is not in running condition and cannot be brought back to such, but it was brought back to a show condition so it can be displayed proudly outside our local museum to show off the heritage of this local area. I can do the same for equipment that you may have in your area if you're interested. I thank all y'all for watching. I hope to see you next time.